Hi all, I am Mr. Mendoza, a second grade teacher at Webb Du Bois Charter Academy with Agape Schools. Today, I am going to read aloud a book that hits personally because this is a bilingual book about the Mexican culture. I I consider myself to be a Chicano. Some people don't like that name that are Latinos. They just don't like it. But I consider myself that because my parents are from Mexico and I was born here in the United States. So more than likely, I was born in the city of King City in the county of Monterey County. Uh, this book, Family Pictures, Cuadros de Familia, by Carmen Lomas Garza, gives a lot of information about how also the way some of the things I did, some of the things that I went through as a child, as an adolescent, as a teenager, and as a young man, and that I'm still going through now because no matter what, your culture is your culture. This is who you are. These are the things that you hold on to preciously, and you are taught by your parents to do this. Hopefully that you enjoy this book. The pictures in this book are all painted from my memories of growing up in Kingsville, Texas, near the border with Mexico. From the time I was a young girl, I always dreamed of becoming an artist. I practiced drawing every day. I studied art in school, and I finally did become an artist. My family has inspired and encouraged me for all these years. This is my book of family pictures. The fair in Reynosa. My friends and I once went to a very big fair across the border in Reynosa, Mexico. The fair lasted a whole week. Artisans and entertainers came from all over Mexico. There were lots of booths with food and crafts. This is one little section where everybody is ordering and eating tacos. I painted a father buying tacos and the rest of the family sitting down at the table. The little girl is the father's favorite, and that's why she gets to tag along with him. I can always recognize little girls who are their father's favorites. Again, look at this beautiful illustration of everything that we just read about. Oranges. We were always going to my grandparents' house. So whatever they were involved in, we got we get involved in. In this picture, my grandmother's hanging up the laundry. We told her that the oranges needed picking, so she said, "Well, go ahead and pick some." Before she knew it, she had too many oranges to hold on in her hands, so she made a basket out of her apron. That's my brother up in the tree picking oranges. The rest of us are picking up the ones that he dropped on the ground. Again, beautiful illustration that will captivate your attention. At least I hope it does. For dinner, I wonder what are they having for dinner? What does it look like? Hmm. This is my grandparents' backyard. My grandmother is killing a chicken for dinner. My grandfather is in a chicken coop trying to catch another chicken. Later, my family will sit down and eat Sunday dinner chicken soup. That's me in the blue dress with my younger brother, Arturo. He was so surprised by the scene that he started to spill his snow cone. We had never seen anything like that before. I knew my grandparents had always raised chickens, but I never knew how the chickens got to the soup. I call this a Spanish word for this is caldo de pollo. And let me see what she said down here in Spanish, her cena was sopa de pollo. I call it caldo. Birthday party. That's me hitting the piñata at my 6th birthday party. It was also my brother's 4th birthday. My mother made a big birthday party for us and invited all kinds of friends, cousins, and neighborhood kids. You can't see the piñata when you're trying to hit it because your eyes are covered with a handkerchief. My father is pulling the rope that makes the piñata go up and down. He will make sure that nobody has a chance to hit it at least once. That didn't make sense. He will make sure that everybody has a chance to hit it at least once. Somebody will end up breaking it, And that's when all the candies will fall out and all the kids will run and try to grab them. I think everyone knows about piñatas. Not only Latinos, but everyone does. Cakewalk. Cakewalk was a game to raise money to send Mexican Americans to the universities. You paid 25 cents to stand on a number. When the music started, you walked around and around. When the music stopped, whatever number you happened to step on was your number. Then one of the ladies in the center would pick out a number from the can. If you were standing on the winning number, you would win a cake. That's my mother in the center of the circle in the pink and black dress. My father is serving punch. I'm the little girl in front of the store scribbling on the sidewalk with a twig. Another beautiful illustration I want all of you to look at. And they're all in the square. These are things I used to see as a child also. Not even looking at the title, I know what those are. Those are nopales, cactus. Some of us really do like them, especially me, grilled on the comal with lemon and salt, and just boom, done with a piece of meat, best meal. Picking nopal cactus. In the early spring, my grandfather would come and get us, and we'd all go out into the woods to pick nopal cactus. My grandfather and my mother are slicing off the fresh, tender leaves of the nopal and putting them in boxes. My grandmother and my brother Arturo are pulling leaves from the mesquite tree to line the boxes. After we get home, my grandfather would shave off all the needles from each leaf of cactus. Then my grandmother would parboil the leaves in hot water. The next morning, she would cut them up and stir fry them with chili powder and eggs for breakfast. I guess where they live, they have a lot of cactus plants in the wild. Here at my house in Visalia, we don't have any nopales just out there planted. We have to plant them in our backyards. So a lot of us have nopales in our backyard, at least 5, 6 plants, so that we have enough all summer long to enjoy them. And trust me, oh, do we enjoy them. Hammerhead Shark. Hammerhead Shark, they must be by the ocean, or a lake that is by an ocean that is served by another river, something. The picture is about the times my family went to Padre Island in the Gulf of Mexico to go swimming. Once we got there, a fisherman had just caught a big hammerhead shark at the end of the pier. How he got the shark to the beach, I never found out. It was scary to see because it was big enough to swallow a little kid whole. Yep, hammerhead sharks can, and it would be scary. That looks like rabbit. Yes, it is rabbit. My grandmother used to have a garden and also raised chickens and rabbits. In this painting, he is coming into the kitchen with a freshly prepared rabbit for dinner. My grandmother is making tortillas. That's my little brother, Arturo, sitting on the bench. He liked to watch my grandmother cook. And that's my younger sister, Margie, playing jacks on the floor. I'm watching from my grandparents' bedroom, which is next to the kitchen. I never really ate rabbits. Chickens? Oh, yes. Fresh chickens? Oh, yes. I used to see my mom grab a chicken by the neck and just, but it was some good chicken. Joseph and Mary seeking shelter at the inn. On each of the 9 nights before Christmas, we act out the story of Mary and Joseph seeking shelter at the inn. We call this custom Las Posadas. Little girl and little boy play Mary and Joseph, and they are led by an angel. Each night, the travelers go to a different house. They knock on the door. The door opens. They sing, "We are Mary and Joseph, looking for shelter." At first, the family inside refuses to let them in. Then the travelers sing again. At last, Joseph and Mary are led into the house. Then everybody comes in, and we have a party. Making tamales. Oh, tamales. Everyone makes tamales, even if you're not Latino. I think everyone tries to make tamales. But I have to admit, only one person makes tamales, like my own mother. She makes some tamales that will take you into paradise. Making tamales. This is a scene from my parents' kitchen. Everybody is making tamales. My grandfather is wearing the blue overalls and a blue shirt. I'm right next to him with my sister Margie. We're helping to soak the dried leaves from the corn. My mother is spreading the cornmeal dough on the leaves, and my aunt and uncles are spreading meat on the dough. My grandmother is lining up the rolled and folded tamales ready for cooking. In some families, just the women make tamales, but in our family, everybody helps. In my family, also, when my mom begins to make tamales, everyone pitches in. Sometimes people just pitch in by buying the meat, which is, of course, the most expensive part. Watermelon. Oh, yeah, watermelon is the best, especially on a hot summer night. And I think this goes along not just my own culture, but a lot of other cultures do love cold watermelon, icy cold watermelon. It's a hot summer evening. The whole family's on the front porch. My grandfather had brought us some watermelons that afternoon. We put them in the refrigerator and let them chill down. After supper, we went out to the front porch. My mother cut the watermelon and gave each one of us a slice. It was fun to sit out there. The light was so bright on the porch that you couldn't see beyond the edge of the light of the lit area. It was like being in our own little world. Beautiful. The Virgin of San Juan. A mother and son have gone to church and she's doing some praying. In the meantime, her son starts entertaining himself by taking things out of her purse. She lets him for a while. Then he hands her a handkerchief. I don't know if he thought that maybe she was crying and needed her handkerchief, or whether he was just playing with it and she took it away from him. Healer. This is a scene at a neighbor's house. The lady in bed was very sick with the flu. She had already been to a regular doctor and gotten prescription drugs for her chest cold, but she had also asked the healer, a curandera, to do a final cleansing or healing for this flu. So the curandera came over and did the cleansing using branches from the root tree. She also burned copal incense in a coffee can at the foot of the bed. Curanderas know a lot about healing. They are very highly respected. There are a lot of Mexican cultures that I just don't follow. I don't get it. I understand why. I should say I don't understand why. So I don't follow them. As an adult, I made the choice to not follow certain traditions because they didn't make sense to me. Beds for dreaming. My sister and I used to go up on the roof on summer nights and just stay there and talk about the stars and the constellations. We also talked about the future. I knew since I was 13 years old that I wanted to be an artist, and all those things that I dreamed of doing as an artist, I'm finally doing now. My mother was the one who inspired me to be an artist. She made up our beds to sleep in and have regular dreams, but she also laid out the bed for our dreams of the future. Dreaming is a good thing. Having goals is great, and that's what she means by dreaming. Her mom wanted them to have goals in life, to be better and to be better off. Carmen Lomas Garza used a variety of materials in her paintings for family pictures: oil on canvas, acrylic on canvas, and gouache on arch paper. Paper cut out, papel picado, images on the text pages were cut from black paper with X-Acto knives. Papel picado is a traditional Mexican folk art technique which Carmen often uses to portray intricate images. The text is a result of a close collaboration between Carmen and editor Harriet Romer, who interviewed Carmen about each picture and prepared the final manuscript with the help of David Schechter. Children's Book Press is grateful to the Pacific Telesis Foundation, whose generous donation has supported the publication of family pictures, Cuadros de Familia. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you, and look for more of these.